guys, Zephini here, and just before we get into the video, I want to preface by saying the Prank War series is not over. It is continuing. I'm merely waiting for some of the last lines and frames before I can edit together and post the final part. That being said, let's get on to the topic of this video. Many of you probably know that I was a fanfic writer long before I started YouTube. Hell, one of my first animatics was meant to be a trailer for one of my stories, and the song Personal History is based off another one of my stories. The point is, my writings are scattered all throughout this channel. Prank War and Songs and Gifts were the only two stories I ever wrote with the intention of turning into an audio drama. But since beginning my work on those two, I've realized there are a couple of my other stories that I would love to bring to life in an audio drama. There are a couple candidates for which story I wanted to work on next, but with the Prank War series taking up a lot of my time, I decided to go with one of my shorter stories for this cast call. Short by my standards. It'll still be a multiple part series. The longer stories will have to wait until they can be rewritten to fit the format of a video. Anyway, I've babbled on long enough. So for any of you who have read my stories, the title of the audio drama that we will be casting for today will sound familiar. The Pain of Assignment. More specifically, its more recent rewrite. The one that has more detail about the characters and their lives. Now, it's important to note here that this story was written before the introduction of Deceit and Remus. Meaning, sadly, they will not be making an appearance, but they might in my next series. Who knows? Now it is finally time to get into the casting process itself. If you are interested in being a voice actor, please keep listening. If you are interested only in drawing the art, please skip to the timestamp put on screen. You are welcome to do voice acting and art if you want to. Now let's get on to the voice acting segment. I want to go ahead and say this, while the voice actors for Prank War are allowed to audition, I am not going to choose them just because they have worked with me before. This is going to be a fair audition that anyone can try out for. However, similar to Prank War, I will be voicing the part of Virgil and my real-life friend Jay will be the narrator. That being said, just like in Prank War, the gender of the voice actor does not have to coincide with the character. I am merely looking for the inflection needed to bring said character to life. However, this story is not a comedy. It's more in line with the rest of my stories and is more angsty. So no matter what character you audition for, you need to be able to portray a large range of emotions from laughing to crying, etc. You can audition for any or all of the characters listed. The audition information will be linked in the description down below. But all auditions must be submitted by March 21st. Again, they all must be submitted by March 21st. So let's get on to the characters we will need. The first character we will need is Roman. While he needs to be the charismatic and proud prince we all know, this story delves deeper than that, so expect more than just flamboyancy from voicing this part. Next, we will need Patton. Just like Roman, he needs to have his cheerful, upbeat inflection, but since he is so easily swayed by emotion, expect to deal with crying and laughter in this part. After that, we will need Logan. He is generally going to be his logical and analytical self, but there will be a few moments where he is unsure of himself or his decisions, or he's close to a proper emotion. Then we need a voice for Thomas. He doesn't come in until the very last part of the story, but his role is just as important, if not more so, than the other characters. After that, we have a few unnamed characters, all of which need to be commanding since they're a part of this world's government, which is called the Council of the Ethereal Planes. The first of these characters we need will be the leader of the council, who is male, but I'm not worried about the gender of the voice actor. The next is the council's second-in-command, who is female, but again, gender is not important. And then we have two escorts. They don't have a specified gender, but they have very few lines, totaling to maybe 6. There, again, are two escorts. So to recap, we need a voice actor for Roman, Patton, Logan, Thomas, the council leader, the council's second in command, and 2 escorts, totaling to 8 parts that will need to be auditioned for. Again, you can audition for any or all of the characters listed. The audition lines and information will be linked in the description down below. But all auditions must be submitted to me by March 21st, and submission information is also in the document linked below. With that out of the way, it is time to move on to the art that will be needed for this series. I would like to have an array of art styles for this series just like we have in Prank War. And, similar to the voice acting, being on the cast of Prank War does not guarantee you a place in this series, mostly because I want to give other people a chance to have their art shown as well. However, if you are working for Prank War, you can still audition for this series as well. That being said, I would prefer the art to be digital and not made in a program such as Gacha Life. To audition to be an artist for the series, please send me an email with the information provided in the document linked in the description. Upon being cast into the series, you will be given more information about what art frames will be needed for this series. One of the requests I get in Prank War a lot is to include more art. Because of this, there is no limit to how many artists we need. The more involved, the better. All art submissions need to be sent to me by March 21st. Again, March 21st. In the end, I wish you all the best of luck in this audition, and if you don't make the cut this time around, don't worry. There will be other chances. When summer comes around, I intend to start up yet another series, if not 2, so there will be more chances for you to audition later on down the line. Once again, best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Zephina, out.
Know you're a monster.